All right, well, good evening, church family. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening. And this is Thanksgiving week, and we are looking forward to a great day on Thursday, which, of course, is Thanksgiving Day. And I really want to encourage you to make sure that you take time this Thanksgiving to reach out to somebody in the church family. Express to them your gratitude. Maybe it's a widow, a senior adult, maybe one of the shut-ins in the church. Reach out to them, give them a phone call, shoot them a text message, write them a note, drop it off at their door, and let them know that you're thinking of them, you're praying for them, and that you are that you're thankful to them, and that you're thankful for them, for whatever they may mean and whatever influence they may have had in your life. Of course, Thanksgiving week, we normally move our midweek service to Tuesday. And of course, this year, because of all the restrictions, our praise and Thanksgiving service, it just wasn't going to be able to be had like we've had it in the past. And so we're coming to you in different means, and that's on this stream here. But we still want to make sure that we're taking time to for the church family to be able to express something that they're thankful for. So what we're going to do is in the comment section, that's where I want you to write something that you're thankful for, something. Whether it's your family, something at the church, maybe it's someone you want to make sure that you're sharing. We'll make sure that we're giving you an opportunity to share something that you're thankful for in that way. Of course, the Praise and Thanksgiving service is always one of my favorite services throughout the year. I always enjoy Vision Sunday. I enjoy Missions Conference. But I really enjoy that Praise and Thanksgiving service. It does my heart good to be able to express something that I'm thankful for. And while I may be thankful throughout different seasons of the year, man, Thanksgiving and that Praise and Thanksgiving service is our chance to actually express it. But it also does my heart good to hear of what people are thankful for in their own lives. And so we don't want to miss that opportunity. And so the way that we're going to do that is by having this venue here this evening. So at any point throughout the evening, if you want to make something that you're thankful for, you can just do your praise or your expression of gratitude, whatever it may be. You can put it in the comment section. And actually, I want to start the evening off with a verse, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse number 18. And the Bible reads, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you." And it's God's will that we would give thanks. There's not a lot of things that we can say. I mean, just unilaterally, this is the will of God for you. But this is one of those things. In fact, there's 5 things. You know this, Sal? There's 5 things in the New Testament where you find in the scriptures, this is the will of God. Did you know that?
No, sir.
Yeah, this is one of them. There's 5 of them. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter who you marry. None of those things. 5 things. This is one of them. It is God's will that you give thanks. So really, what we're doing when we give thanks at a praise and Thanksgiving service, when you put it in the comment section, at your dinner table, whatever it is, you are doing the will of God. And how awesome is that? So there's 5 things. Do you know what one of the other ones may be?
I'm not sure. No,
You're not sure? Okay. Well, maybe it's a homework assignment for you.
Maybe it is.
All right, homework assignment. Maybe the church family can help you out. If you know what the scripture says, the New Testament, what it says, this is the will of God. Help Sal out because he needs a little bit of help with figuring out what it is. Do you think it was God's will for you to wear that nice black shirt today? Look at that.
I think it was.
That thing is fancy,
I
man.
believe it is, sir.
What kind of shirt is that? That's not a normal black shirt. What is that?
Oh, well, I went downstairs to the clothes closet and I just found it and it fit and so it went straight on.
What are those buttons on the shoulder for?
Yeah,
They're
look at
just
that.
in case I lose a button, I can just pop it back in place.
Replacement buttons.
Yes, sir. We're ready to go.
They don't actually button anything. They're just there.
They're holding the sleeves down.
All right. So something you're thankful for, right? That's we're gonna have that conversation. Something that you are thankful for. Derek, you want to start us off with something that you're thankful for?
Sure. One thing I always think of I'm thankful for is that we know that God is still on the throne. You think all that's going on around us, all the COVID-19, the wondering about the future, who's going to be making our new laws, how are things going to be in 4 years from now, all these different questions that sometimes worry me. One of the main things I can turn to and be thankful for is that we know that God's still on the throne, that this world is not our home, we're just passing through, and that's just always something I can. Every time I get a little worried, a little stressed out, I could thank God for that.
Absolutely. What about you, Sal?
That's good what Derek said. I'm thankful for just God's goodness towards me and my family. We had a very different year this year, but God's really good to us, and I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, you're talking about the sicknesses that kind of went through your family,
yes,
the loss of your dad, and
yes, sir.
I know you were expressing to me how thankful you were to the church family.
Yes, sir.
For all their love and support that they extended to you guys through that time, and I think it goes hand in hand with what Derek was saying. I mean, even that was in God's hand. And while it's not something you would have chosen, and while most of 2020 isn't something any of us would have chosen, we're certainly thankful to the Lord for first of all, not just that He's in control, but that He's an ever-present help in our time of trouble. And for me, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for Amanda. Of course, this has been a different year for us. We sent Gabriel to college. We hit 20 years on the marriage ladder.
Amazing.
Yeah. Don't ask me what we did for our 20th anniversary, though. I mean, because all those plans got canceled. I think we ate outside under a tent someplace. That was about the extent of the anniversary celebration. But it was. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for even though we've all battled some sickness here or there, they're all healthy. So anything else you'd say, man, I'm thankful for this?
I'll tell you what, our church family is, people dream about a church family like ours.
Yeah.
I am very thankful for my church family.
Yeah.
Even though I had my blood relatives that were close together during these rough times, but our church family definitely is just something, it's different. It's incredible. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I'm very thankful for that.
I think too, like a lot of that, people really misunderstand, the benefit of involving yourself, making that commitment to involve yourself in a church congregation, in a church body. And, we live, I talked about this a few weeks ago, but we live in a low-level commitment. Like, that's the culture that we live in, low-level commitment. And when you approach your church attendance and your church life, when you approach it that way, that's really what you find in return. And yet, man, the great gift that God has given to us is the local New Testament church,
Sure.
which it comes alongside of us while we're struggling. It's encouragement in, 9 months of just chaotic, up and down, not knowing what restrictions are going to be lifted when, and also just the steady, constant reminder, God's in control, by just taking us every day to God's word. And the gift of a local New Testament church, in particular a church like ours, is something that so many people don't have, and you really wonder, like, man, how do you make it? What would you do without a church family? That's how I feel, Like, I look back and I'm like, what would we have done these last 9 months? I would have gone crazy.
We'd be lost.
Yeah, I mean, it would have just gone crazy without a church family who, while we couldn't be all together at the regular seasons that we would have, preferred or liked, they made their love known in different ways, text messages, support, stuff like that. So, what else? Anything else? Something that you're thankful for?
Well, to go along with talking about the church family, one thing I think about is how whenever we were able to meet again responsibly, we had the safe assembly services, how we didn't really have a huge drop off. It was people were excited to get back together, and I thank God that God has given us the means to stay connected while we had those, we meant 3 or 4 months without meeting at all. Yeah. And that God gave us the ability, the means through the internet, through Facebook, YouTube, that we could stay connected like that.
Absolutely.
So whenever we were able to meet responsibly, it was relatively easy to get back together.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And it was almost like we didn't miss anything, like even though seeing each other was definitely different, like the first time we got to be back together, it was almost like it wasn't, and it's like, it's like not seeing your biological family for quite some time, and then you see him, at Christmas dinner, or you see him at vacation, or you see him wherever, and it's like you never even missed a beat, the brothers go back to fighting, the cousins go back to arguing over toys, mom goes back to lecturing, like it's almost like you just paused it, you took, a 11-month break, and then you picked up right back where you left off. And the church family was certainly in that way. For me, I'm thankful for the adaptability of our church family in light of all of this. It's not easy, and we can cite all kinds of studies that have been put out, like one in five believers, or 1 in 5 churchgoers, have not watched any kind of online service, and, offerings and huge, dips. And I think of like, I can't remember off the top of my head, but like they were coming with so many articles about churches that were going to close because of financial crisis as a result of COVID-19, lack of attendance ever really getting back for some churches. And our church never really faced that. Our offerings stayed strong, our attendance, even online and in person, both of those things have stayed strong. And that speaks to our people, much more than it speaks to like, whatever we were doing on Facebook at whatever night, some of those, there were like 3 months there where we were bringing something on Facebook every night, and it was a lot, and I just think, sometimes, it's like 68 people, 75 people, were logging on, and I'm thinking like, why do they keep logging on to watch us? That's what I was like. What do they keep coming back for? Give the people what they want. And so, like, to me, it just spoke of the adaptability of our people and just their own desire to want to be together. Another thing I'm thankful for in that same vein would be, I'm thankful for Derek, for Chad, for you, Sal, for Carl, Juan. So many who put so much effort into facilitating that for our church family. And I mean, it's crazy to me because Derek, you could probably tell us, but like we were having people log in from like, Australia, Uganda, Japan,
Iran, like Middle East.
I was literally at a conference 2 weeks ago, and the lady came up and she said, "You don't know me, but I watched your all's services every weekday, and your game nights were the funniest things ever. Thank you so much for doing that. We never missed any of them, and we want you guys to do them again." And I'm like, no, no, we're not doing that again, But it's like, to me, it was like, here's this person, like, they, in San Diego, like they're watching our stuff, and like how crazy, how bonkers was it that, people were tuning in, and not just locally, but our small little local, group was having, quite literally, a global impact. In that way. So, I guess with that said, we what we did was we put a little video collage together of some of the highlights from that time, and I think you'll really enjoy this video. So Sal, you haven't seen the video yet.
Oh boy, that's all I can say is oh boy.
Why do you say oh boy?
Oh man.
Okay, so this is a video we put together, and it's just a couple minutes long. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you on the other side of this video. All right? Are we live, Derek? Good. You didn't even give me a countdown on that one. Go back to the other screen. We got to do the countdown better than that. We got to start over. Give us a start over. Here we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. Put that hat back on, man.
There we go. There we go.
That style profiling.
Baby, I'm taking you to dinner now. Well, man, there we go.
You're asking me how I'm doing. I'm doing fine. I just feel a little bit under the weather. You think I have it or not? Oh, well, I just couldn't resist that.
What is a big food truck?
Okay, I need you to say that.
Oh, no, nobody knows the name. It's a French name.
It's a French name.
It's pink. Look, that's a French food, and the owner is Chinese. Unbelievable. And they serve Mexican food.
I think we got him. Let's go get our candy. Give him the sound, Sal. And Chad. Woo! Woo!
Whoa!
You're no good at this game.
We're seriously gonna be able to figure out.
A birdhouse.
What is he doing?
It's a birdhouse. That's a time up, man. You are a time limit.
What did you do?
Okay.
Goodness. Oh man. Some saw God was in it all. 10 were bad and 2 were good.
Everybody's gone surfing USA.
Well, I opened the drawer, and there was a big old rat in there, and it was real.
3, 2, 1. Bob. 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 I like that right there, though. Wow, what is
Amy.
it, Juan?
A trumpet.
With a trumpet!
Yes.
That's clearly a
How can
trumpet.
they not see it?
Here we go! Alright! Man, turn and face the camera!
Te digo algo de ese ratón, Mr. Stingy. Me agarró mi carro and he took it from me.
There's a fungus among us, y'all.
A little weird little thing.
But watching Rafael and Juan go at it in the reception center is a pretty priceless memory.
I just say this right now, okay? It's hard to punch down.
Why me? That's fantastic! Bob. 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 Bob.
Well, it was 1948, I believe, and I was properly placing my tithe into the contribution plate. And as I was placing my tithe in, that little dirty Mrs. Stingy swiped it right out of my hands, right there in front of me. I reported him to the pastor, and he did nothing. Where are we now? Oh, Sal. Look out.
I can't take anyone in this room serious right now. Oh man, this is great. Give me a second, just 1 second. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we need a song. We definitely need a song. We're gonna be right back.
All right, so I have to say, like, the amount of outfits you were wearing in that little montage right there, right? You had the Bermuda shorts on, you had the police officer, you had the
sombrero.
Yeah, with a little bandino.
Yes,
yeah.
Así te digo, mijo. Let me tell
Like,
you.
man, you have quite the array of outfits.
We have a great closet.
And now you're wearing this on the
closet.
show tonight.
I got it out of that closet. I'm telling you. That closet is awesome.
What was the so tell everybody how that last little clip how it played out, because from my point of view, it's Easter Sunday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I sit down to give the challenge from God's word, and I just see you like panicking over there, doing this like right here, and then bolting for the door as you go.
To sneeze. So it's just one time.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, I was
So
trying.
what happened was,
I was trying.
that's how my kids start the story when they when they know they did something wrong. I'm like, Ethan, Gabriel, what happened in here? Like, well, so what happened was.
See, I have a problem when sitting still and being quiet when I'm supposed to be quiet. And what I'm thinking as you're going is, oh boy, it'd be horrible if I have to sneeze. And then I'm like, oh no, I gotta sneeze. And I'm like, maybe I could just hold my breath and it'll go away.
People don't know that you actually have really bad allergies.
Yeah, I don't think I had allergies that day. I just think I overthought it. And
I remember a few times saying, okay, Sal, before we start,
yes,
we're going to go
you
sit
did.
in
Yeah,
the,
you told
the
him.
large parlor.
Yeah, yes.
'Cause you got your snort. Your
yes, yeah. Wheezy. You're that little Wheezy toy on Toy Story. That's your nickname.
So my whole purpose for jolting out of that room was so that I wouldn't cause a distraction.
Yeah, but it was the way you went bolting out of the room. And then you actually never really got outside. Like it actually went off inside of the room still.
I can't control that. I mean, when it goes, it goes. You gotta explode, you're gonna explode, you know? It's just like, you know? And
so then I think that was it was just like the straw that broke the camel's back. We had such a long day that day. Remember, somebody was randomly in the building that day.
While we were there recording a live stream,
yes.
I've never seen them in my life. They come just walking in with their walker,
yes.
and they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go pray in the auditorium."
Yes,
and we're like, "Who left the door open? How do people get
Somebody's
inside?
like randomly in the building. Chad sits down behind the screen, and it's like the window's like over half of his face, and then he just he just leans a little bit
into the
square. He leans into the square.
Yeah, worse.
It was gold that whole day, and then you. At the just a climax, like just the right moment, you came through at the end of that
and sneezed.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, church family. And again, I really want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you for jumping on and being a part of all of those live stream events. I hope that they were a blessing. I hope they were a help. And what we want you to know is as we move into a new set of restrictions, a new set of lockdowns, and a new season where it's getting cooler outside and being able to meet outside isn't in some situations isn't going to be possible. We want you to know that we're going to continue to do all that we possibly can in order to provide. Not just biblical help, although certainly that's like quintessential. That's exactly what we're striving to do, but also to be able to provide a format where we can connect with each other and grow and learn and laugh together as a church family, even in difficult situations like this. So I think what we have is we have a game. All right, so Derek's going to take this away.
I'll explain the rules.
This is game time with Derek Wilkerson.
You can participate at home in the comments. You've heard of 2 truths and a lie. This is 2 lies and 1 truth.
Okay, so for the record, you don't know anything about this game.
Negative. Bro.
Neither do I. We've not played this game already.
I tried getting some details, but Derek.
Okay, so everyone at home is at the same level of participation that we are at, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
All right. I'm going to give you 3 facts, 3 Thanksgiving facts. Only one of them is actually true.
Great.
You try to guess which one it is. Here we go. Round 1. Here's number 1.
So we're guessing the truth.
I'm going to give you 3 facts. 2 of them are lies.
Okay.
You try to sniff out the truth.
Okay, we got it.
All right, here we go. First 3.
Call me detective.
1. The first real Thanksgiving was actually held in 1312 by Norwegian explorers in modern-day Maine. Number 2. Turkey was the first meal eaten in space by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Or number 3. November is the only month in the U.S. that pizza is outsold by any other dish. Which of these 3 statements are true?
That third one sounds true.
I was just thinking
Do you want me to repeat one of them?
I don't think the Norwegians celebrated Thanksgiving. Because, honestly, think about it, Sal. Name one thing that the Norwegians have ever done of memory. Exactly. Name to me a Norwegian person.
I'm not sure.
Gets at my point. So let's rule them out. Okay. Now we're down to Buzz Aldrin, and who? Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong ate turkey.
See,
as
they didn't
their
have
first
turkey
meal
they didn't have
space.
turkey in outer space.
No way.
No, you like what? How would they even get that thing
I don't
prepared?
know, but if they found a turkey out there, I'm sure it had like 4 or 5 eyes or something, bro. It wouldn't be good. I don't think they're eating anything.
Well,
up there.
I mean, I think the idea was that they didn't find one out there, that they took it with them. But I don't think that they were building that in. Like,
I don't know. They're going to be taking a rocket out into space and worried about a turkey with it.
Exactly, worried about a turkey. How would they even cook it?
But I'll take some country fried
Okay,
chicken.
so
out
then
there,
so that is number 3. Now you're left. You see how we did that? We reasoned.
Give me
I
some,
like that
bro.
right there. Boom.
Very
man.
good.
Okay.
Very
Social
good.
distancing, bro.
There we go.
So
Social
you're
distancing.
saying November is the only month in the U.S. that pizza is outsold by any other dish?
That makes sense. Everybody in America loves pizza,
Especially in November.
and especially pizza times 2, $5
Oh.
per pizza by my house. Just
You know what?
Name drop that thing.
We're going to get an order in right now before we go.
I'm
All
going with
right.
number 3, Derek.
I'm going to go with number 3.
Number 3. In
What
the
do you got?
comments, you can answer now.
They're not gonna. Yeah, I mean, clearly it's number 3. They listened to our reason and then
Yeah.
they followed along.
Well, they have the luxury of using Google.
If they Googled search it, then that's below. That's low.
We
That
should-
is no. You are a poor sport if you had to Google search that.
Yep.
Well,
Let me Google it real quick. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
the truth was question or statement 2. That turkey was the first meal eaten by Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong in space.
Oh, you see what he did though? He said meal. Turkey was the first meal.
Turkey was the first meal.
You see, like in my mind, I was envisioning a turkey, like with the
full
legs,
turkey.
like what you're gonna have on your table
With
at
no
Thanksgiving.
gravity, like you got to reach for the chicken
Yeah,
leg up
like
here,
yeah,
and then,
the stuffing just coming out of the back of the turkey.
the gravy's upside down. You
No,
got to dip it up.
yeah, it's just like floating the no. But see, Derek is tricky.
Wow, Derek.
Derek
that's
is
how
asleep
the
at
game
night,
is
man.
played.
Yeah, he is smooth. He's one smooth operator. You got to keep your antenna
You
up.
ready for round 2?
Round 2.
Here we go. 3 statements.
All right.
There are more Americans watching football on Thanksgiving Day than there are people around the world who watch Winter Olympics. Canada's Thanksgiving is celebrated the same day as Columbus Day in the U.S. Or number 3, Americans eat the weight of the entire population of Singapore each year.
That sounds believable. Think about it.
I do, bro. That third one.
That third one sounds believable. Okay, give me the second one though. What was
Yeah,
the second one again?
Second one is that Canadian Thanksgiving is celebrated on the same day as Columbus Day is in the U.S.
I think that's true. I think that's true because that makes sense.
Yeah, because the first one is people watch more football. I mean, people watch more football on Thanksgiving Day than
what?
Than the Olympics all year. Winter Olympics.
The first statement is that there are more Americans watching football on Thanksgiving Day than there are people around the world who watch the Winter Olympics.
No, that can't be true.
So.
That can't be true.
Even
Can
I
it?
watched the Olympics, and I didn't even like Olympics.
But he said
Nothing against them. I'm just saying.
But he said Winter Olympics though. You have to listen to what he said. You watch the Winter Olympics?
I don't know what I watched, man. I just watched.
So you watch like them going like bobsled. You watch them the luge,
Yeah.
the
What's
luge.
his name? Guy from the States.
Okay, so we're
Snowboarding.
So
Guy
we
from the States.
we feel the guy from the States.
Doing the snowboarding. He kicked butt, man. He's doing good.
Who, the Carrot Top guy. What was his name?
Sean White.
That's
Yeah.
my man right there.
Yeah.
My kid buys his clothes.
I
buy
think
my kids' clothes.
number 2 sounds like the most.
You know what? I wouldn't be. I don't know about that one. But the third one though, it's pretty promising, man.
That what was the third one? We eat how much?
Americans eat the weight of the entire population of Singapore each year.
Wow. That's
But Singapore's packed down, man. They got a lot of people.
yeah, but
You know?
but they're little.
That's a bunch of them, though, bro.
Okay, what do you think? Because I guessed last time and I got it wrong.
Oh man, it's eeny, meeny, miny, mo for me.
Yeah, I go with 2 or 3.
I go straight back to when I was in high school.
All right, so which one are you gonna do?
Well, they said if you were gonna guess B or C.
Yeah,
A and D rule them out. So let's go with B.
B.
Second
So
question.
Option 2.
option 2. So you're saying Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
the
On
day
Columbus
that we
Day.
celebrate Columbus Day.
All right.
I
The
think that's true.
verdict
I actually
is
think that's true.
false.
Oh, this guy's working against us, man.
Okay, which one is it then?
It has to be 3.
Let me double check my facts here. Canadian Thanksgiving.
Wow. That was wrong.
I don't know, man. I stand outside Superior sometimes and I watch these people come out with these big baskets of food, and number 3 would sound very, very correct too, though.
Oh yeah, I might have gotten this one mixed up. What day is Columbus Day?
It's February. It's in February, right? January.
No. It's in October.
I don't know when Columbus
I gotta
Day
look
is.
it up. I might have to take this. I might have to throw this question out.
So wait, no, that does not throw
would
it
give
out.
us
That
a
means we
point.
got it right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see.
He's trying to take that point away from us.
That theory never fails, man. I'm telling you.
I don't
You
even
guess
know
in the
when
middle.
Columbus Day
Okay,
is. Let's
Columbus
Google
Day
search that.
is October 12th.
Man, I didn't even know that. That's terrible.
Canadian Thanksgiving 2020 is on the second Monday in October. Well, I just gotta now take out my calendar. Here we go. October 12th
I like it,
to.
man.
Oh, come on.
Days are off a little bit. Dude.
Yeah, we're
What
good.
did I say? The second Monday in
Yeah.
October.
I said in October, and that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Can't match it.
That is actually true.
Yes,
That was my fault. I threw in 2 facts in that one, and you actually got it right. All right,
Okay,
here
so
we
that
go.
was so the what was the other true fact?
The other true fact was that Americans eat the weight of the entire population of Singapore
That's
each year.
true.
So I would have never been wrong, man.
That's unbelievable.
That is crazy.
We eat a lot of food.
Yeah, we do.
All right,
Let's be
you ready?
honest.
We do.
Let's be honest.
I do.
You eat a lot of food.
I eat a lot of food,
Yeah.
and I like it.
Here we go. Round 3. You guys got a freebie on that one. Here we go. Round 3.
Hey, what do you mean?
guessed that fair and
we
square,
didn't
man.
get a freebie. We guessed
No.
that straight.
You
fair
had a
and square.
66% chance to get it right. Here we go.
I use method on that one, man.
Here we go. Next one. Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird.
Okay.
In 2018, the U.S. state that produced the most turkey was Vermont. Or number 3, Mickey Mouse is the character with the most Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade appearances.
Number 1. It's number 1.
You sure, bro?
Yeah, I'm
No,
one.
I'm trying to-
not even. There's not even one iota of doubt in my mind.
I've watched that bird movie, Free the Bird, or what is it, where they
Yeah.
changed the Thanksgiving. The
Yeah.
turkeys want to
Free bird.
Free bird.
Yeah.
I just don't remember seeing Benjamin Franklin, man. But if you got it, you got
No,
it.
this is accurate.
This is accurate.
Yes, this is accurate.
Hey.
Thank you to my 10th grade history teacher for that little nugget right there. Now, you asked me what else I remember from 10th grade. Nothing else, but I remember that truth. That is a truth, Derek.
You know for sure?
I'm confident.
I'll do
He's
the,
with it, man. If he's with it, I'm with it.
Either that or I have to call it my 10th grade history teacher.
All right. Is that your final answer,
That's my
Sal?
final
We'll
answer.
go for it, man. If he's positive.
That is the truth. Benjamin Franklin
Oh.
wanted the turkey to be the national
Yeah,
bird.
and do you know why?
Not the
do you
eagle.
know why?
Ooh.
I even have a why.
Bonus, man. Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
You got to give us some bonus points
ahead,
if he's going
give
to
it.
tell you why now.
Yeah.
I'd have to fact check this.
Do you know why, Sal?
Why?
Because when you corner the turkey, he claws immediately for your eyes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He
So for his viciousness.
his viciousness, he said, that's what America is. When you back Americans into the corner, this is what they're going to do. They're going to go straight for your eyes. They're going to be evil, and they're going to take you down.
We're cooking a chicken.
How
We don't
about
want
that?
such a vicious
How about
turkey.
that to our friends on the other side of the pond right there? Huh?
I would never go wild turkey.
Yeah,
shooting
think
them.
about it. Fact
Learn.
check it. That's an extra point right there.
That is
That's an
extra, bro.
point.
All
Get
right,
it.
you guys are 2 for 3.
It was
2
either
for
that or he
3.
just really thought turkey was delicious. I can't remember what it was.
Here we go. Next. The same person who wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb was the one who petitioned Abraham Lincoln for Thanksgiving to be a holiday. 2. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the only NFL team to win every Thanksgiving Day game they've played. Or number 3, the first Thanksgiving meal took over 5 days to eat.
The original.
The one with Squanto.
Okay, let's talk about that Jacksonville thing real quick.
Where does he
I can't
get
even.
these facts,
I can't
man?
even remember Jacksonville ever even playing on Thanksgiving. So I don't think that's true. Now I'm not like in a National Football League aficionado, but that doesn't sound true. It seems like that would be more like the Redskins or Oh wait, you can't call them that anymore.
The Washington football team.
The Washington football team.
That's what I'm talking about. Show some respect.
Okay.
My kids get offended.
Sorry, Sal. I did.
My kids get offended.
Okay.
My wife.
Or like the Cowboys or something like that. That seems like it would be more believable.
But I think the Cowboys play every Thanksgiving.
They do play every Thanksgiving.
How many Thanksgivings would the Jaguars have played?
Yeah, but I don't know that they played in any.
Well.
Okay.
That doesn't sound believable.
All they needed to play was one and win it. So they can say that they needed.
I know, but I can't. Can you remember one that they played in? And how long has Jacksonville been terrible? A long time. So I'm ruling that one out.
Okay.
What was the third one?
The third one was that the Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah,
the original
5 days.
Thanksgiving meal took 5 days to eat.
That seems like something that actually happened.
Yeah, but why would you take so long? Why would you kill so many turkeys?
Well, they didn't necessarily have turkey every time, but that feels like because it was a celebration.
Okay.
It wasn't like a 2-hour thing. It was like a celebration. So that feels to me more believable. Yeah. And the first one, repeat it.
The first one, the woman who wrote "Mary Had a Little Lamb" was the person who petitioned Abraham Lincoln for Thanksgiving to be a national holiday.
Oh man, I don't even know.
That just sounds far-fetched. Yeah. So what do you think? You thinking 3? I'm thinking 3.
I'll go with 3. Yeah.
I'm thinking 3.
Yeah,
3.
They give a lot of things.
Is that your final answer?
5 days of Thanksgiving feast. I feel like that's a final answer. Yeah.
Go for it.
The true fact was that the woman who wrote "Mary Had a Little Lamb."
We gotta go for those way out ones that we think are not it. Those are the ones that are it.
She's the one responsible for your days off next week.
Mary had a little lamb. I just can't even believe that.
Yep. And also Jacksonville is the only team not to have played on Thanksgiving Day.
See, I was right on that one. I should get a half point.
You got it, bro.
Yeah. Nobody wants to watch Jacksonville play on Thanksgiving Day. They're terrible.
All right, here we go. Last one.
Terrible.
3 statements. 1. Calvin Coolidge is the only president since Abraham Lincoln to not be served Thanksgiving dinner at the White House. 2. Jingle Bells was originally written as a Thanksgiving song. Or number 3, in remote parts of Alaska, instead of turkey, leopard seal is often the main course on Thanksgiving.
That actually sounds believable right there.
In Alaska?
Have you ever had seal?
Negative, right?
Yeah. Huh.
I wouldn't want to neither.
Why not?
I think I would. I don't think it'll go good with cranberry sauce.
Based on what information? So.
Your piece of meat's gonna have a bunch of spots on it. I'm not going for it, man.
Okay, so give me a repeat. Give me a rundown.
Number 1. Calvin Coolidge is the only president since Abraham Lincoln to not be served Thanksgiving dinner at the White House.
I don't know. That's not too far-fetched.
Jingle Bells was originally written as a Thanksgiving song. Or 3.
That's out there.
Seal is served instead of turkey in remote parts of Alaska.
Think about that Jingle Bell song.
I'm thinking about it right now. I'm running.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid. Yeah, so that's not it. That's definitely not a Thanksgiving thing.
But it is in the winter, and it doesn't mention Christmas at all.
I know, but that Alaska leopard seal. I kind of just want that to be true.
For the sake of my imagination.
Yeah, because in my mind, if you lived way up there, like north of the Arctic Circle,
what are you gonna do if you get a
you don't have turkey running around? That's for sure.
What do you wrap it in? Like some salmon or something?
Yeah. Well, you got Wolverine maybe, or
that's horrible.
Yeah, gray wolf.
Some puffin.
Yeah, puffin.
I'll tell you what, those people.
Some killer whale.
Do not eat more than the population in Singapore, because these are some of the things we're mentioning.
Well, I guess the last one. So this one's yours. What do you got?
The first one.
First one's Calvin Coolidge. Second one was Jingle Bells. Third one was Leopard Seal.
Let's go with the first one.
Ooh. First one. Calvin Coolidge is the only president since Abraham Lincoln to not be served Thanksgiving dinner at the White House is a falsity. It's not the truth. Bro. You guys are 2 for 5. You got your what'd you get? Number 2 and 3. Good.
What was the truth?
Jingle Bells is the
I
actually
knew it. The one I dealt the most is the
Thanksgiving
one that's
anthem.
I'm gonna be honest. Only Jingle Bell I could remember was "Batman Smells Robin Lays an Egg." I was trying to remember the Jingle Bell song.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow. But it never mentions Christmas in a one-horse.
I think you just messed that up because now you have open sleigh 2 times.
I think you said the chorus and then the verse.
Well, maybe I did. But
You have a nice singing voice, though.
Thank you,
Has
man.
anybody
You
ever
should
told
give
you
me
that?
I don't know, but I'd love to get a special.
We'll put you on the special.
Are you
Figaro, Figaro.
Are you auditioning right now,
Bro?
The Jingle Bells was it.
You know what? I
wanted
known.
that Alaska thing to be true, though.
We should have known that the one that sounds the most that is
but-
not it. I feel like every one we ruled out, that was the answer.
Yeah. But the question is, are we sure that no one in Alaska actually does eat leper seal for Thanksgiving Day?
Well, first you have to find out if there are leopard seal in Alaska. I don't know if that's the case.
Okay, well,
They're seals.
he just rained on my Thanksgiving.
You know? I watched that Arctic People, or what is it, Life Below Zero?
Yeah, Life Below Zero. That show is great.
Yeah, it's horrible too, man. You see what they eat?
No, I haven't. Did they show them eating food on that? I don't
I've
think they
never
show
seen
me.
this show.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like they
It's
eat whatever's in
everybody.
season.
They follow people who live north of the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, they don't get no Cocoa Puffs or nothing like that.
They
man.
definitely get no Cocoa Puffs.
They ain't getting no Hawaiian rolls with their turkey.
They have like mush team, dog sled teams. Yeah.
That's horrible.
It's on Disney Plus. Yeah, you should check that out.
I like it though.
This is not an advertisement for that show.
No, for sure not.
Yeah, we just put a disclaimer on that. Sal brought it up.
Yes.
I want to go back to how you were offended when we said the Washington Redskins.
How dare you say Redskins? Let my people go.
Well, they changed it. Now it's the Washington football team.
I heard.
Yeah. Do you like football?
Derek,
you like football?
I like watching football. I don't really have a team.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I had a team, I guess it'd be the Rams. Just live in the live in SoCal. So and then brother, Johnny Saucedo.
Brother Johnny, yeah.
I mean
Johnny.
he'd be our enemy for life if we didn't cheer for the Rams. So.
Oh man, you see him come up in here with his shirts buttoned up all the way up. There's no way. I'd be like, I go for Rams. He's staring at me.
You almost said Green Bay.
I did, and then I'm like, you know what? He's staring at me, and I could just picture him staring at me, and I switch over to Rams real quick. We don't want that problem.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that, church family. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening. I hope the game. I hope you could at least laugh together a little bit as a family. I hope you got more right than Sal and I did. And what did we get? 2 for 6?
2 for 5.
2 for 5.
Bro. But that bonus point was a 3 for.
That bonus point was huge.
Extra facts.
That bonus point was huge. And in addition to that, I think the 2 that we got correct, I chose.
I feel like if we would have won against one, we truly ruled out. We would have won this thing.
You think so? All right. So here's the devotion tonight. And again, please at any point, if you want to, in the comment section, if you want to share a praise or something that you're thankful for, please do so in the comment section. And also, let me just remind you that this coming Sunday we'll have our in-person and online services at 9 o'clock and at 11 o'clock. We'd love to see you here with us. And real special treat this weekend. Actually, Brother Derek Wilkerson will be preaching, and we'll start a new study into a Christmas series. And I always enjoy doing this time of the year. Get to do a study about Jesus, about His coming, what it means, and I think it's going to be an enjoyable time. So. Let me encourage you to go ahead and make plans to be with us on Sunday. It's going to be a great day. But here's the thought for this evening, and the thought for this evening is, I wonder if you and I were there on that first Thanksgiving service, that first Thanksgiving meal. I wonder if we would have made the choice to skip the meal. And when you think about all that the forefathers and that group of, that first group of pilgrims that came across, when you think about all that they had to endure in that journey, It's well documented, and I would encourage you to spend some time reading some of what our forefathers had to endure. But they encountered high seas, but before they were even on their way, they actually had to turn around and go back because one of their vessels was taking too much water. They faced all kinds of storms that they were convinced were gonna sink their ships. They had all kinds of sickness, even rat infested quarters. And then once they landed, there was no Holiday Inn that was waiting for them. Right? I mean, they had a brutal winter that was in front of them, where more than half of those that had survived the journey across, half of them would die that first winter. They had that first flu season, and then of course they had an unknown enemy that they would eventually make peace with. But they had all kinds of earthly reasons to complain, and yet they made the decision that they were going to give thanks to God. I think about, even from the New Testament, I think about the Apostle Paul. I think about all of his journeys when he'd go into the cities and was going to give the gospel. And many times he was misunderstood, or he was slandered or attacked or beaten or stoned, imprisoned. He was eventually shipwrecked, and then would eventually die a martyr's death. And it seemed as if for the Apostle Paul, opposition followed him everywhere he went. And yet, from the Apostle Paul, he was profoundly thankful. In fact, if you want another homework assignment for this Thanksgiving, you should read all the times where Paul is giving thanks to the churches. Almost every letter that Paul writes to the churches, he's saying something about how he is grateful for them, he is thankful for them, of their grace, of their mercy, of the way that they supported him, they prayed for him. So the Apostle Paul, the same as the Pilgrims, he has no earthly reason to give thanks, but he has an earthly reason to complain. And so did the Pilgrims. They have no earthly reason to give thanks, but they certainly have an earthly reason to complain. And yet both Paul and the Pilgrims are making a decision to give thanks. And what it makes me wonder is, what about Thanksgiving that actually has little to do with our present circumstances? It has much more to do with our perspective. Giving thanks has little to do with our present circumstances. It has much more to do with our perspective. You see, for the Pilgrims, they were securing the freedom and the right to worship God. That's what they were securing. That's what they were after. They were securing the freedom to use the gifts that God had entrusted to them to reach the potential that God had for them, so that future generations would be able to enjoy the freedom of worship as well. So the Pilgrims could be thankful in spite of all the difficulty that they faced, and in spite of all the sacrifices that they made, because they knew that those difficulties, those sacrifices would pay off for religious freedom for generations to come. And even the Apostle Paul, even though he had all kinds of hardships, he says in Philippians chapter 1 that the things which happened to me have fallen out to the furtherance of the gospel, he says. So in spite of all the difficulties that he faced, he was thankful. Why? Because the gospel was advancing. So I ask you, would I have given thanks if I prayed for a smooth journey, barely survived the rough seas? Would I praise God for his goodness if half of the loved ones that I had died during that first harsh winter? Would I have given thanks to God if I were arrested for sharing my faith? Would I have given thanks to God if I'd been chased out of town by some angry mob? Well, surely you would and I would if we knew that it meant others would have the freedom to worship Christ, or if it meant others would be able to hear the gospel. You see, thanksgiving is a choice. Giving thanks is a choice that we make. And the godliest people that you and I know are people who have made the choice to be thankful. And so this Thanksgiving season, let's resist being critical. Let's resist being cynical. Let's resist complaining, even though perhaps you have every earthly reason to complain. Let's resist complaining, and let's make the choice to be thankful. And the verse we started with is the verse we'll end with. In everything, give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. This is what God wants you to do. Well, Sal, what do you think, man?
That's a great message, sir.
I appreciate that. Derek?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you this weekend. God bless.